it!
Incredible!
Yo! I'm back.
Isn't that what he says?
I'm back. It's like saying I'll be back with fewer syllables. Less intimidating.
I mean, I guess that is exactly what it is, right?
Yeah. Looking at the draft, yeah, let's look at the draft.
Yeah, thank you very much, LaFell, for an in-depth analysis so quickly as well. As we jump into the Land of Dawn for game number 1, it's going to be Keep Best Gaming up against Team Lilgun for our final match of the M5 Wildcard Group Stage.
Wait. I saw something interesting. The Tigreal went to the bot as well. I don't know if they're trying to set up for an early kill, but Ethan here trying to slow down Simba a bit. And for those of you at home that might not notice, the roamer just be close to the buff. You don't even have to do anything because the fact that you're there in the proximity, it makes the buff much tougher to kill. So you're slowing down just by your presence.
What's scarier than doing something threatening? It is the threat of the threat in the first place. Just holding on to your abilities, standing there, being as imposing as possible, and making your opponents nervous can be pretty valuable. You see Ty's already being pulled over to make sure Ethan doesn't do anything funny.
Something about Ethan here trying to slow down Keep Best Gaming makes me feel like Team Lilgun, they're waiting for level 4s for them to all of a sudden increase the pace of this game. Because it feels like we're slowing you down enough because we're just waiting on that one thing.
I like what KBG's doing here, though, too. You know, they're matching the rotation of Lilgun. They're working around it. Simba's going to have his level 4 now, and they're taken care of. But that's one of the bigger things is when do they find their first win for this game? We have seen KBG actually have a lead in the past through the wild card so far, but Cleaners, of course, making their way for this. Aizen's going to wait a little bit longer. There's the penalty zone. They're going for it. He's going to scoot on out of there. NetherRealm comes through as well. Heavy spin, everything committed. They just throw everything at him. Now, Turtle's still going to be up. No one taking it just yet. Tsu in trouble, has to flicker out. Simba's quite low here. They do have the retribution available. They'll have to battle it out. ZX Aura quite healthy still. Will regen some of that back. Tides trying to keep him there. Simba could be in trouble. Going to get zoned out. Aizen gets the first blood. Tides in trouble. Gets him with the final slash. 2 kills for Team Lilgun and the Turtle.
Literally with the tip of the spear there for Ethan, but I think we got to see a glimpse of that anti-synergy there where Keep Best Gaming kind of stacked their abilities a bit weirdly, where Penalty Zone came out, he got pushed out by the Sacred Hammer, and then for some reason Simba decided, I'm gonna pop my heavy spin here and just allow his Team Lilgun to walk away from all of that.
Oh, well, right now they're going to try to get ZX Aura. They should be able to punish him as they do. See who gets the kill. There's the heavy spin on Aizen, trying to last Insanity out of there. Not sure if they'll actually be able to get that kill, so they're happy with that. Bottom, top side, though. Bebex there, going to be just fine. Ethan there to help him out. That's about it. That's all they can get. Now, Aizen's still the focus here. Simba and Tsu staying here on the bottom side.
No kills, but you got to admit, that looked cool. Right, dashing in and then getting swept right under the turret. But now, honestly, Keep Best Gaming, I kind of feel like we have to talk about the evolution of how they're going to stack their CCs, because this is a weird greediness, because usually we see greediness when it comes to damage. We don't really see a lot of greediness when it comes to the setup. So Keep Best Gaming, they really have to layer their crowd controls well, and it's easier said than done. So they really have to trust each other and make sure that when they're doing it, they're at the right positioning, because I kind of feel like Simba was off positioning, was the one that made the entire thing did not work. The heavy spin is a very fickle thing for you to manage.
Yeah, it can be more difficult than a lot of people think, but I do feel like their follow-up engagement in the bottom lane where they picked up Zexora was pretty good. They used the penalty zone first on the Fredrin and then the heavy spin on the X-Borg. So if they're able to stack their crowd control like that, then Keep Best Gaming does have a lot of tools. For now, though, Team Lilgun going to be maintaining a very small 1K net worth lead as we enter into the next Turtle. Astral Echo already revealing.
Oh, I already got the flicker out from LMU, so still Turtle going to be for the taking right now for Team Lilgun. Unless KBG decides to do something. Ty's trying to come in for the backside. There's the penalty zone, but the barrage comes down to still going to be going for it. Final slash. ZXOR still gets the turtle. Can they win the fight? There's a whole bunch being thrown at him, CU in trouble as well. And they find the double for ZXOR.
That was kind of a bad CC stack once again. Penalty zone was nice. Then for some reason, they push out the members of Lilgun into safety with the heavy spin. There was no real need for Simba to do that. They already had control over the turtle. And when the fight started, he was no longer in position to get that retry.
There was one other big problem. Not enough damage. Godyoung needs to be around the fight for them to have enough damage, because LMU will only have damage after 2 items. But before that, it's going to be very, very minimal. So I kind of feel like KeepBest Gaming, with the draft right now, for them to really force a fight, they can only force on very squishy heroes. Going up against the Arle, going up against the Sora, as well as Forbid, it's not going to be that easy.
Yeah, that is the concern when you draft a composition like this, right? So many tanks, so much setup, but no follow-up unless the Bruno is around. Even Lumu on the Novaria isn't really going to be able to contribute all that much.
Oh, they're going to find CU here. He tries the penalty zone defensively, still in the front of it all. Prazer's Wrath going to find him. Simba will get the lockdown with a heavy spin, but pushes ZXOR too far. So he is fine, and now this could be him losing the purple buff. They're going to stand off here for it. Does get it and secures, but he's quite gapped here against ZXOR.
Yeah, not ideal for Simba. The fact that they're literally competing there. Forbid dropping very low, but able to recall safely. And I did see that ZXOR decided to go for that first item, Antique. So he recognizes well Godyoung is their only real issue on the side of KeepBest.
Bebex already has the Demon Hunter sword, so I kind of feel like if Bebex chooses to, can kind of force down a lane. All Team Lilgun has to do is just put 2 or maybe even 3 members onto whichever side Bebex wants to push, and I kind of feel like there's not much that KeepBest Gaming can do because their wave clear really isn't a lot. So just really looking forward if Team Lilgun, they understand once they have the Demon Hunter sword, they can really do a lot.
Wow, KBG just deciding to go ahead and focus on the top side. They don't really care about this third turtle. They want to get that tier 2 turret, and they're willing to trade. So as they do, they'll focus on that. That's 3 turtles in the hands of Team Lilgun.
I think this is not bad, though. You see how tanky that tower is. It's usually not designed to be taken down this quickly. They're looking for the pincer now.
They're going to try to find it. Ethan able to keep them in their tracks. Do they still want to fight this out? Forbid popping the Nether Realm. Aizen also making his way there. Bebex not want to join the fight just yet. Holding on to everything he has. The full barrage will be able to keep them on the defensive if they need it, but they don't even need it right now with the lead they have.
Something I'm wondering about it. Oh,
Ethan gonna flicker in, use the final slash, but they don't want to commit to it just yet. Forbid getting there. Heavy spin already committed as well, and for all of that, they just hold on to the turret.
I like the aggression from Team Lilgun. They recognize that they're going to be able to outplay KeepBest Gaming based on the way they've been performing so far. Something that kind of confuses me, I don't feel like we've seen a single implosion yet this game, right?
The thing is, I kind of feel like Simba has to... as you
Ask and you shall receive.
There we go.
We'll see if they can turn this into a kill. Conceal going to be used as well. Siu spots them out, goes in with the penalty zone, waiting for the follow-up. The Worldly comes down too. They're going to be fighting back. Ethan could be in trouble. He's going to be cut off from his team. KBG finds a kill.
Right now, one thing that I do have to say, that was very good, but it was kind of good because Simba did not have his heavy spin. I kind of feel like he should use, at this point, use it defensively rather than offensively. Let CU as well as Tides to be the one to start. Let Simba use his heavy spin to protect. Because I kind of feel like the implosion is kind of defensive, that one a little bit more offensive. If they understand this in this tide of battle, pun not intended there, but they should be good because Simba can turn things around, but not when he's the one starting it, it's when he's reacting to it.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I feel like the heavy spin is the one that's really messing up the positioning here for KeepBest Gaming's engagement. When we're able to play around the penalty zone and implosion, that actually looked very good for them. So save it for a defensive play, maybe use it for objectives instead of trying to get that pin. And I think KeepBest Gaming still has some pretty good chances here. As we see now, the Lord going to be contested by both these teams.
So the right thing right now KBG has to do, let Team Lilgun take most of this Lord for now and then pull the trigger if they can. They're going to get in positioning. They might just go ahead and reset it for now, though.
Yeah, right now, I kind of have to point out that Bebex is really trying his best not to show vision at all. And I kind of feel like that is one of the reasons why Keep Best Gaming, they're not trying to force it out because they're like, wait, the numbers don't add up. Someone is missing. And he's always positioning at the top side there and trying to position to make sure that the full barrage manages to get most of them. So I like that Bebex is playing very, very defensively. I'm pretty sure he wants to move forward, but he's not forcing it out.
A lot of damage taken by Forbid already with that Astral Spear. Gonna make it kind of difficult for the Nether Realm to be close enough to help out the team. But this Lord is being taken very slowly right now. Kind of feel bad for him, how annoying this is of a situation. The Keep Best Gaming doing a very good job right now of zoning out Team Lilgun. This is what they can do with their tools. If they're able to translate this into some structures, that's pretty good.
It's a good take for them, the tier 1 in the mid lane. KBG patient this time around, trying to whittle down Lilgun. And although the Lord isn't committed to or taken, KBG is doing the right thing for now.
It looks like the conditioning is if the Astral Echo actually pinpoints where Bebex is, then they have a better time deciding to go for this Lord or not. And I like that they're still managing the waves to make sure that they have some kind of advantage.
Oh, I think they're going to go for it again. Wait for Ethan. He's probably waiting for Bemex as he is. There's the Flicker Implosion combination in. Lord's going to be secured by Simba, able to get it. They're going for the backside, though. Ethan a little bit too late. They might just disengage here. The Lord secure for KBG.
That's what I wanted.
Yeah, there we go.
Just use it defensively. Just use it to disengage.
It's very nice there. The aggressive implosion and the defensive heavy spin once the Lord has already been secured to make sure that Team Lilgun cannot follow up. If Keep Best Gaming can keep this up, then they should be able to do quite a lot with this Lord push.
Lilgun has the goal advantage, but Keep Best Gaming is the one holding the map.
Having that crowd control, like I mentioned, right, the threat of the threat is constantly present. As long as the cooldowns on these big ultimates are still available for Keep Best Gaming, it's very difficult for Team Lilgun to find a safe enough opportunity to walk up.
Tides gonna get spotted out. Oh, that implosion's not gonna land on who he wanted it to. But they're happy with the turret. They get the tier 2, but given that, it's now down. He doesn't have that implosion anymore. The Lord is gonna get quickly worked on, so they won't even be knocking on the base of Team Lilgun.
What confuses me is that I feel like Bebex was already capable of joining fights a little while ago.
Yeah.
And he's still not. I feel like I've not seen the full barrage all game.
He's being disciplined, but to the point that it might be a detriment, where discipline turns into passiveness. I kind of feel like he's making sure that he doesn't make a mistake.
Right.
But at the same time, he's waiting for a setup. But Ethan and Zexora hasn't really been setting anything up for him. And part of that is how Keep Best Gaming using the Astral Echo to slow down and find the positioning of Team Lilgun. And based on how they're positioning, they're not really making it good for Ethan to pull anyone back, because even if he gets the final slash on the Akai can make it back for Team Lilgun. So I kind of feel like Keep Best Gaming, with the pressure that they have in terms of how their hero operates, it makes it so that Team Lilgun, if they go for it, it is going to be a mistake. But with that being said, I do agree that Bebex can, at this point, force out the full barrage and maybe get something out of it.
Especially with 4 items, right? That Malefic Roar now completed means that he should be able to quite easily tear through the Keep Best Gaming, even on the tankier heroes. So the fact that they're playing so defensively is good because they're respecting the crowd control, but I'm worried that if this takes too long, Keep Best Gaming are going to just push on in.
I'm just going to say one thing, Keep Best Gaming, I kind of feel like other teams can use the same draft, but they will not use it in the same way. Keep Best Gaming, they're really looking for LMU to open up the map for them to make a decision.
Yeah.
Do you have an Astral Echo? No? Then our decision is to move together and push all the lanes together. Once you have it, open up, see what we can get, and if there's no one there, process of elimination, they're somewhere else, and then they take something else. So this is a very different way of using this draft.
Perhaps so. We have to remember again, this is a very new team, so they may not have the experience needed to make those kind of decisions. As of right now, their gameplay is still pretty good since they're able to push Team Lilgun back like this. The Lord gonna be dropping the half HP after Echo comes out. They see the members in the brushes, so that's gonna be good information for them to contest this neutral objective.
Exactly what they had to do, right? Bebex, that's the one thing about Ixchel. No,
Ooh.
There's the implosion. Not even gonna happen. Bebex gonna lay down the full barrage. He's gonna get pushed back though. Simba goes for it, but Tides falls. Last Insanity with the final slash of the perfect members. And Team Lilgun fires back, taking down 3 members of KBG, and they run it down mid after that.
Ooh, okay, that was not very good. Again, save the heavy spin for defensive maneuvers. They had already set up nicely with the implosion, and then the heavy spin comes in and completely spreads out Lilgun again, making it very difficult for Keep Best to find the angle necessary. Not to mention, even if, yes, it looks like he's trying to push away the full barrage, he's also pushing Bebex out of danger, so...
Yeah, definitely. He's making it so that Bebex is out of the range of LMU as well as Godyang. And that's kind of not what you want because your damage is coming out of Godyang. But again, it's the anti-synergies. We talked about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is worrying right now for Keep Best Gaming. Their gameplay is very inconsistent, right? And yes, you can attribute that to inexperience, but Team Lilgun are just taking this slow and steady. And while that's a safe choice, a lot of teams would have already found many opportunities.
Taken.
Yep.
LMU gonna get that buff. So we'll see if they can still push into the base at least here, maybe get a turret or whittle it down, but I'm not sure if Lilgun's gonna let that happen, right? The Lord was already made quick work of. KBG though, they're still trying to find wins where they can. It's just, again, Simba might want to hold off a little bit on that heavy spin and let it be set up by Tides or even CU here.
It's very interesting how Team Lilgun, they have the gold advantage, but Keybest Gaming is the one that plays like they're having the advantage. This is just the effect when you have a lot of heavy front lines able to actually move forward and not really get contested. Now, Conceal has been used. Can they get anyone here?
Okay, they're going to spawn out ZXora using the implosion. They get the Nether Realm in response. There's the full barrage into the final slash, into the last Insanity. Everything layered on top of each other. And now Team Lilgun will be going down mid. Actually, they're going to be on the chase here. They might want to go in and get that tier 2 if they can. LMU has to sit here and try to keep them at bay.
I'm reminded of an old strategy that we kind of coined as the broomstick strat, where you would push people with that, with the final slash into the Numenon blast. I feel like this is a similar situation where you push people back into the full barrage, allowing for Bebex to really tear through them. And this is what I was worried about Keep Best Gaming. They're losing that timer. Even with the pressure coming in, Bebex is going to much more easily deal with their team once the late game arrives compared to Godyang.
Yeah, Bebex is definitely not making any mistakes. And as you can see, the damage coming out from Bebex is actually quite a lot. That's why I was very surprised, because looking at the kill score and the goal lead, you wouldn't believe that Team Lilgun is the one with the goal advantage, but whenever you see a fight, your mind is like, oh yeah, they do have the goal advantage, because the damage is there. Keep Best Gaming, that's their problem. The damage is not there. And,
Tides trying to make something happen. He does get the flicker out though, so that's at least down, but they actually just want to go ahead and keep fighting this. Bebex going to lay down the covering fire with the full barrage. Tide's going to be in trouble here. He falls, and now they're on the run. Lord has to reset. This is for Team Lilgun to go ahead and take the space here. Forbid goes in. Final slash going to follow through. CU forced back. And now, once again, Lord going to be consumed, going for it. Simba will push them away with the heavy spin, but he's got to retreat here. And this is Team Lilgun's Lord.
Very awkward use of that heavy spin there by Simba. He could have not only saved it until this point and then dash in, push him out, get the Lord, get out. That's usually what you would see teams play around that with. But right now, the inexperience of Keep Best Gaming is definitely the ones keeping them down in this game. Team Lilgun are playing slow, but and they are being able to avoid a lot of these aggressive engagements.
The lead that Team Lilgun has resulted in full builds coming in from the Ixia as well as the Faramis, and nearly a full build for Zexora as well. So when it comes to damage, they have a lot of it. Full items have been built on Godyang as well, but it's not going to matter much if you're not in a position to deal the damage.
There's the implosion once again, going to be followed through more. They have to back off a little bit here. Lord's still going down the mid lane. They got to get back to base. Team Lilgun knows it. They're going to put the pressure on. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, there's going to be a split push happening, and KBG has to defend here.
Will they be able to hold this back? The Lord crashes in mid. The mid tower probably will fall for mid at this point. Team Lilgun still playing this very calculative, not going to be pushing their advantage too much.
Yeah, it really does seem that Team Lilgun, how should I say this? Their mindset for this game is try to be as disciplined as they can. It's kind of like them challenging themselves to see how can they play this without making a lot of mistakes. And I kind of like this just because they're showing proper respect to Keep Best Gaming. For a team that's been playing for 4 months, they're really showing a lot of growth. Not just, it's like every single game they play in the Wildcard, they get better, and Team Lilgun is making sure that they understand that Keep Best Gaming has the tools to clean out the game. So don't let that happen.
It's certainly good that they have that respect, and I think in this game particularly, there's no real risk of Keep Best Gaming making that comeback in the late game, because again, all of their damage is front-loaded into God Yang, unless Lumu can make the God Snipe here onto Bebex, for example. It's going to be very easy for them to just walk in and claim that victory once they're going to be able to get that next Lord, I feel like.
I feel like part of this too is Team Lilgun trying to work on these later game objectives, right? The whole Lord dance, like we like to call it, right? Because even though they're taking that discipline approach, they're trying different angles when it comes to taking that Lord, to committing that Lord dance here. And I can say that after watching them go through their paces, even back in ISF, they have improved drastically up to this point.
Yeah, a lot of praise has to be given here to both these teams right now. Definitely using the wild card as not just the stage to show the world what they can do, but a chance to exchange information on the battlefield and figure out how to more improve their own gameplay. For now though, what that's resulting in is a very slow game compared to what we've been seeing all day here. The last day of the group stages in the wild card. We'll see if that changes in the next few moments, because the Lord is now up and the teams are positioning themselves.
Well, 22 minutes in this Lord dance, we'll see which team will make the first mistake. In the previous Lord dance, even though Keep Best Gaming was able to secure the Lord, but unfortunately Bebex was in a position to counter-engage. So even if they do secure the Lord, it's not going to be looking good for them. So Keep Best Gaming, the decision making here is not going to be easy.
This one, once again, started by the final slash. Godyang could be in trouble. Full barrage comes through. Simba quite low. Has the immortality, going to be forced back. Forbid as well. Pop the Nether Realm. Still going to be going. Aizen has the armor, but they fire one off. He does fall. Now Godyang chasing down Ethan with Tides. Tides still looking for his own setup. But there's Ethan with the final slash again. Has his own immortality. KBG on the hunt here. Immortality pop by Ethan. He's probably going to go down, as he does, by LMU. And this is KBG's Lord now.
Okay, we were talking about Team Lilgun trying to avoid mistakes. As we say that, they made a mistake.
The caster curse remains strong as ever, but what a catch coming in here from Keep Best Gaming, being able to play around that final slash initiation by Ethan and actually punish their opponents for it. That full barrage, not being able to do a lot of damage here to Keep Best Gaming, probably switched things up heavily for them.
I would say the damage is there, but Bebex doesn't want to make a mistake, doesn't want to flicker forward. Because we see a lot of gold laners, when they open the full barrage, the moment someone gets out of their reach,
they flicker forward.
They flicker forward, bring them back in range, and do some damage. Bebex refused to do that, and that might cost them the game.
What confuses me right now, though, is that, yes, Team Lilgun are playing with respect for KBS Gaming, but this feels like a very different style than we're used to seeing from them, right?
Agreed.
Like, even in Game 1, when they're trying to, like, even if they're experimenting or trying to figure out their opponents, there's this aggression, there's this confidence, and we're not seeing it this matchup.
They have a 10K goal lead just now that did not look like a 10K goal lead. It looked like it was even.
Yeah, they're going to have to deal with this Lord here. It's knocking on their base. No commitment, though, just yet from KBG. They want to get another turret here. Forbid at the front of it all. ZXORTA as well, and Aizen to hold down the front lines. They're going to lose this top turret as well, unless they can do something about it. They have to keep an eye on all sides of their base. CU waiting there patiently as well. Has the penalty zone. The implosion could be initiated. You have plenty of immortalities, and right now they just dance around the base, but it's a fully exposed base for Team Lilgun.
This is very aggressive positioning by KBS Gaming. I feel like Lilgun actually does have tools to be able to catch people out at Final Slash especially, but Ethan not really looking for that aggressive positioning. Even though, like, they're in their face, this is literally the time to make a play.
See if they can push it in. Once again, waves being managed, but right now, KBG having a hard time. Ethan goes in with the Final Slash, but it's CU that he grabs. Still no follow-up just yet. Both teams just checking each other out. Still Simba, he's gonna get caught out, has the retribution. They get the heavy spin out as well, but still gonna be battling it out in that mid lane. Forcing Tides back unless the implosion helps them out. They're gonna fight it out. NetherRealm comes through, and this might just be a disengage from Team Lilgun.
I don't know what KBS Gaming is doing to Team Lilgun, but Team Lilgun is like slowly running out of options, right? Because it really looks like they have opportunities to really do something, but it comes to a point where the damage coming out from Bruno is a little bit too much.
Yeah.
So whenever they go in front, they're having the risk of being taken out.
It's not only that as well, it feels like there's a coordination issue happening here.
Yeah.
Where, like, they're trying to communicate, but it's taking so long for them to decide what to do that they're just kind of running around in circles, not really making anything happen, even when the opportunity is right in front of them. This is a very different Lilgun than we're used to seeing, and it's a little bit concerning, all things considered.
Right now, we can see that KBS Gaming, they are starting to lord. Bebex, again, is positioning in a way that I do want to see. I feel like it is going to be outside of the range of the full barrage. Will Bebex be will he have the intuition to flicker forward? Because, again, it doesn't matter if your damage is out of range.
It's going to be a big risk. Again, Aizen just waiting down there. Might have to join the fight because they're going to go and give the green light for this Lord. Heavy spin going to be used already. Simba secures the Lord. Can they get CX, or they're going to be working on him? Tides holding 4 members at bay as well. LMU now there, and CU immortality going to be popped. ZXOR is still going to be worked on. He finally falls. The trades go on. The Lord secured by KBG. Can Team Lilgun hold it together? LMU finds the shot as he takes down Forbid. He should be back up just now to help with the defense. But they have a huge Lord to deal with. CU gonna jump in, gets the flicker out. And Godyang making his way with the minion. CU immortality will be popped. Lord still gonna be up here. They have to clear the waves. CU falls. Bebex holding on, Final Slash comes through. They're finally gonna work on the Lord, but right now, Team Lilgun holds it together in the defense.
Young, like, he's 1 HP and Team Lilgun has been able to defend. We're going up to 30 minutes here, guys.
This is
a 30-minute game.
Wow.
Powerful defense by Team Lilgun here. KBS Gaming, though, doing a very good job despite the odds up against them. By all means, this is not a lineup that should be winning a late game compared to their opponents, and yet they are making it happen. We are seeing the potential of the Chinese representatives.
I'm speechless. 30 minutes here, altogether 19 kills in total. Basically full items for everyone. The goalie kind of doesn't matter at this point, and Bebex has not died at all. Just now almost died by the damage coming in from LMU. Keep Best Gaming, they're having a hard time trying to close out the game because at this point, since they're able to push Lilgun back in their base, it's like, yeah, might as well just end it. But Team Lilgun, they've been managing to clear the ways very, very fast, especially having Bebex on their side. If they can find a way to kill Bebex, that might be the full green light for Keep Best Gaming to win their first game in the wildcard.
It would be pretty huge if Keep Best Gaming are able to secure a victory here, even if it is just this one game. Right now, their chances looking the strongest they have in the wildcard stage so far, but they do still need to be able to break through the defense. Ixie as a hero is honestly very difficult to push in against, just because you can just stand behind the crystal, pop that full barrage, and all of a sudden, your push is gone.
Team Lilgun kind of feels like Keep Best Gaming is pushing them outside of their comfort zone, because usually we see Team Lilgun goes in guns blazing. They're just like, especially early and mid game, is where they're kind of at their peak.
Yeah.
That's the point where Team Lilgun build their name, but it looks like Keep Best Gaming, the way that they rotate around the map, is really making Team Lilgun really think about it. And LMU, again, stealing away the purple buff.
On point.
On point.
You know?
That's very nice. Being able to take those little victories will make a difference at this point. No one on Lilgun really depends on that purple buff, but hey, it's still mental damage inflicted somewhat, right? And right now, what we are seeing here is going to be a battle of stamina. 30 minutes in, both teams' bases actually pretty exposed. A single mistake could make everything.
And the 6th Lord for this game again. 31 minutes in. I don't know how many games have gone to this point in the wild card so far, knowing that we have an average time of 18 minutes. This one is definitely one of the longest ones, and right now, Team Lilgun waiting patiently here. We'll see if Simba for KBG can do this again. Pull off the correct heavy spin and get the retro battle against the Xora.
Lord dropping low. The Tide's getting pulled in, but again, no real commit. Both these teams are very afraid to start a fight right now because, again, they know just how fragile the situation is once you get this late into the game.
Lord very, very low. 23,000 health left. And now the Astral Echo managing to get 3. I don't know. Team Lilgun, Xora has to be able to secure this one. Tides and Siu is waiting for Xora.
The base is being pushed in. They had to send him back. Penalty zone comes through. Simba gets the Lord. They had to defend the base. Conceal going to be used as well. They're chasing Xora. They want to cut him off from the team. As Siu flickers in, goes back with the team, goes the other direction. They say ignore it for now. We got to walk the Lord in the base.
I feel like these decisions are being made a little bit slowly by Keep Best Gaming, but they're still able to sink the top and mid wave with that Luminous Lord shoving in. Once again, we're going to get an opportunity here. Can Keep Best Gaming end this?
They have to. Eisen pulling that Lord for a distract. They're going to try to push it in. This is quite a beefed up Lord and minions coming through. Team Lilgun has to win this defense. Siu still has the immortality. Simba going to use the heavy spin. It's going to be working on the base. They just have to hit it. Bebex drops the full barrage into the final slash, where the base is going to be worked on. And KBG gets their first game win of the wild card here.